Welcome to the After Show, the show where we give it to you raw and real about your favorite mainstream and reality TV shows and the actors we love or love to hate. And trust me, no topic is off limits. Tonight, we'll be talking about Tyler Perry's have and have not. But before we do that, let me introduce you to the guys on the couch. Guy number 2, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm guy number 2. I'm cracking the whip, and I ain't taking no lip.
None at all. And of course, the always lovely, always opinionated Trinity. Introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all know me by now, and you know I have the female perspective. Wait on it.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And she's going to give it to you. And so are we. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, guys, we are back. It has been a crazy week, okay? We have a lot to talk about, especially the return of Tyler Perry's smash hit, The Have and Have Not. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We have tons to talk about, so we're going to get right into it, you guys. And I'm going to start off right now with the lovely Trinity. I want to talk to you, Trinity. I want to talk to you about Tyler Perry's Have and Have Not. Listen, the season opened up because we've been hanging on a cliff. You know,
yes.
last we saw, Catherine had just fired 5 or 6 rounds into Jennifer, the DA, in her own living room, and then tossed the gun at Veronica and said, "You're going to get me off." Well, the show opens this season, and Veronica Harrington is stunned. Yes. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that opening scene. Tell me what you thought about it.
The Ice Queen is speechless. Catherine, who pretends to be docile and just a rich kind of, housewife and everything. But, I'm trying to think of the other word, not the word that's in my mind. I'm trying to think of another word. But anyway, she came on the scene. She burst onto the scene. This alter personality burst on the scene. This altered personality has the Ice Queen backed up against a wall. Veronica took over in the last season. She ran everything. She cut clothes. She left flesh all over the place. Well, now, Catherine, her altered personality, has taken over. I don't know what was in that glass, that tea. She said it was tea. Did anybody notice what she was cutting that lemon with? You don't need a butcher knife to cut. Maybe it's me. Come on. You don't need a butcher knife to cut a lemon. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Wow. And the fact that she cut one piece and she wasn't even looking at the lemon. She was looking at Veronica. I was like, oh, my goodness. So much for paying attention to detail. But she's got the Ice Queen backed up in the corner. She took over. She burst onto the scene. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. All right, so guy number 2, I want to jump right to you. Weigh in on that opening scene of the Have and Have Not.
That opening scene is absolutely riveting, and it's because Catherine is showing us who she really is. I think that this season is going to open up, and it's really going to unfold, and we're going to see her background, which is going to be really interesting, because a lot of the details and stuff that were dropped in that first scene were just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting any of that. So we see what Catherine, how she really feels about Veronica. Like, okay, nice is over. That butcher knife, you know what she was going to do with it? She was going to cut a pound of flesh and she was going to liquidate it and pour it into that tea and make Veronica drink it. That's what she was going to do. So the real deal is, Veronica may have melted a little bit, but let me tell you, she's putting on an act. I really do. Yeah. I really think she's putting on an act. She's given us, she is actually a little moved by the fact that, okay, Catherine, you acted out of character. But we got to remember, this is Veronica that we're dealing with, not Veronica.
Well, we need the South Side of Chicago Veronica to show up right now.
Well, she's going to show up. She's going to show up, and I think a sibling or two is going to show up too. Because, Catherine dropped that little jewel on us and said, hey, all 5 of your siblings can't stand you. So I'm like, ooh, wait a minute.
Well,
like, this isn't good. So.
Well, wouldn't that be interesting if we actually had some siblings of Veronica to pop into the show and the storyline, very much like they used to do on Dynasty. But I'll tell you what, guys, when I saw that opening scene, first of all, kudos to Tyler Perry and Owen with that delivery.
Absolutely.
That was an awesome premiere and return from the midwinter, from the winter finale. So that was great. Love to see that. But they did some acting, their faces off, in that opening scene. Yes. Actually, everyone did. Yes. But I agree with guy number two. In regards to Veronica putting on an act. I think people have to remember, she's my favorite character, female character on the show, that is. Female character.
Yeah, I remember.
Absolutely.
How could you forget? I don't let anyone forget. I tweeted out and I said, listen, everybody was talking about, yes, Catherine did it to her. Catherine cut her on the arm. Well, yes, she did. But remember what happened when they cut off Maleficent's wing? Everybody thought it was over. It was done.
Right.
All you did was make her angry. And so we saw how that played out. And I think it's going to play out very much like that for Catherine if she doesn't get it together. In fact, I think next week from the previews, it shows that it's going to turn out to be something different. Let's talk about the way that they were acting. Let's talk about their acting in that opening scene and all throughout the show, because I'm telling you, Catherine was channeling Kathy Bates.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, she was.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I looked at her. I said, "That's
She
Kathy."
honed it in. She honed it in. Come on, guys.
Yeah, she did.
She honed it in.
She did. I was looking for a typewriter to show up. I was going to look for a typewriter and a bed, and I was like, okay, Veronica's about to be laying up in this bed. She's going to get her ankle broken. This could be a whole montage of stuff. Like, it was really, because when I looked at that, I was like, uh-oh. Mm-hmm. She can't get out of this house. It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was ferocious. I was like, okay, this acting is really good. And I'm going to tell you something else, too, about that amazing Angela Robinson who plays Veronica. I mean, even in that scene when they were in the kitchen, and Catherine was doing everything with the butcher knife, cutting the lemon and so forth, and going over to the refrigerator and just being very, listen, she was scary. Yeah. Crazy and scary. But, I mean, I have to give a thumbs up to Veronica because she played that cool kind of, okay, I got to think my way out of this. I got to say the right thing. Yeah. I have to use the right tone. But did you guys catch when Catherine kept beating an issue and then Veronica kind of snapped back? She almost lost it. She was like, look, we're getting off subject.
Yeah. But, Veronica had to remember she still can't get out the house now because she told her to crawl out the window and Veronica
Did that thing tell her to crawl out the window?
She said crawl out of a window. She said, you expect me to crawl out of a window? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's what you know right there. Veronica is in that kitchen. It looks like Veronica, but it's Veronica. Yeah. She's gonna whip out a black to smoke with that tea, and I'm telling you, she's gonna take that wig off, and y'all gonna see who she is. Don't play with her.
She does.
But listen, even when she ran and she chased Veronica through the house with that butcher knife, as Veronica was running, she said, "Catherine, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this, Catherine." So I want y'all to know for certain that it is not over for Veronica the evil Harrington. My mother loves Catherine, and she loves the fact that Veronica is getting her just due and that she got sliced on the arm and so forth. When I told my mother, I said, don't be waiting with bated breath because you might faint because Veronica is going to turn that situation around in the upcoming episode.
Those are two heads going head to head now. Catherine,
right.
Catherine, it took a while for Catherine to get wound up. If it takes you that long to get wound up, I mean, how many seasons is this? If it took you that long to get wound up, and then it took, for her son to really, she found out that her friend, did this to her son. This is my child. Yeah, this alter personality. I don't know. I like Veronica too. I like the South Side of Veronica. I think she need to show up at some point soon. Because they're going to be fighting on the steps on the next show.
They're going to be fighting on the steps.
Now, I didn't like the direction that knife was pointing, but that's for another show. Okay.
So basically, you're saying it was pointing at Catherine, and you didn't like that.
I didn't like that direction. Well, if I want to tell you, the knife is not going to be pointed at me. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you better keep it. Since he got us, and look, we're hooked, and we this thing is going the way that we all wanted to go. You know what I mean? He got to keep it true to form. And ain't no white woman going to be fighting with no black woman, and that black woman getting stabbed up. Now, I'm sorry. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Because you rock with a knife. Black folk rock with a knife. Now, you can be, wait a minute.
If Veronica couldn't run out the front door and get in the car, oh well. We're going to be running all over the house because I would be tearing everything up.
Baby, I would have beat Catherine down in that house so bad it would have been a shame when the police arrived.
I'd have ran up the stairs and like, Catherine, you can't chase me up here.
She would be rolling down the
You're going to be rolling right back down.
No, ma'am. I'd have wore her out because she'd have been winded in about 3 minutes. She'd have been winded, and that would have been it.
He realized that there's a corpse still in the house. Now, Jennifer's still there. There's nobody called nobody for nothing. So the corpse is still there.
There's no corpse there according to Catherine. Catherine said, what body? I didn't witness no murder. What? Who? Where?
Oh, but you know what? Okay, so let's talk about that for a quick second. Oh, my God. I got to say this. So y'all are having this epic fight, and Salson is slain on the floor in the room, right? But when Veronica said, I can call some people to have that taken care of for you, Catherine. Catherine was like, yeah, right. Like, I'm not even thinking about that. I want to see that happen.
She needs to call the cleaner. She better call him.
Are they going to take this corpse? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Right. Exactly. Know, right?
But listen, guys, that means that Veronica has done this before.
Yes. I don't know to who, but she's done it before.
Well, we're going to find out who. But here's the thing, Trinity. Catherine also revealed that Veronica had slept with her dad.
Because she is.
I'm like, what?
No. We could tie that in. So that's what, okay. So that's why she despises Hannah's daughter.
Because she sees herself. Right, it's very She sees herself in Candace.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh.
How's that for a tie-in?
There you go.
So
game recognized game.
That came full circle. Okay. That's why you can't understand her.
Okay, well, listen, since we're talking about that, guys, we'll jump back to Catherine later before we close out, because that was just so meaty. We got to talk about it a little bit more. But since you're tying things in, let's talk about Candace and her mama, because
I peeped you online with that. I peeped you on Twitter. I couldn't say nothing because I didn't want to miss anything, but I did peep that.
Now, let's take a peek into Hannah's life, okay, because she wants this little boy. She's so dead set on, just belittling Candace and putting her down. We are all aware of everything that Candace has done, and we are not surprised at anything that she does.
Right.
and you know her best because you're her mom. And of course,
Right.
she's telling Benny, get your clothes together because we're going to get put out. Don't listen to her. Gotcha. Everything that you said was going to happen, happened. But you
Mm-hmm.
guys, there's something there. These women,
No,
Hannah
people.
and her daughter, hate each other too much. There's something more
Way too much.
that
Way.
needs to be revealed. What do you think, Trinity?
Did she say something? I'm trying to think. A few seasons back, where one
She
of
did.
her mom's boyfriend touched her.
Yeah.
I want to say that happened. That might be a piece of it.
Just a piece.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's more to it, but that might be a piece of it because Candace has been running rogue ever since. She's got a game for everything. Her game just about got her graduated from law school.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking in terms of now. Hannah, she loves her daughter. She loves Candace, but she doesn't like her.
Right.
Why?
She doesn't like her.
Why?
At all.
I think because she sees herself in her. She also.
I was getting ready to say, so there has to be something in her child that she's like, oh my God, this is what I did, because we know that she had both of them by married men, right? I'm thinking that's part of the history too. Before she became a Christian, before she became dedicated and all of that, she had those. She had Candace by a married man, right?
So wait a minute. So Hannah was a hoochie?
Well, a reformed one. Jeez,
Hannah Banana Hoochie.
Let me find out Hannah was a hoochie. Oh,
now she's Hannah Christian Montana.
Right. I didn't know that Hannah was a hooch.
Yeah, reform. Why you think she can see straight through her daughter? Mm-hmm. Reform. Yeah.
Reform.
Yeah. So she had, because remember, his daddy. He needs to come back in the script. He didn't pass away.
Tony needs to come back. Well, we don't know what happened.
He didn't pass away yet. Okay, because he just wanted him because he wanted one of his body parts because he was going to die.
He wanted that kidney.
Yeah.
He wanted that kidney. Yeah.
No.
I think he thought he was going to kick the bucket. He wanted that kidney.
Yeah.
I'd have put up in my cabinet. I'd have said, the only kidney you're going to get is kidney beans. I'd have hit him with a bag of beans.
That's it. I'd put that bag of kidney beans right on them. Do the best you can with this right here.
Baby, Hannah Black, Hannah had a bag of kidney beans up in that cabinet. I'll put it in
Don't you think it is, but
come rolling up in here, 29 years later, talk about you need a body part.
You need a kid. You got 7 or 8 other kids out there? Okay, well,
Right, exactly.
But,
every time you get sick, you taking a cow body part, you running around here looking like Frankenstein. Go ahead, Trinity.
But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Hannah's past, which says she wasn't pretty. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more of a backstory to Hannah. I'm pretty sure that it is. But look, her house is burned down.
Mm-hmm.
She's more stable now. Well, they're going to be living pillar to post now. We don't see something big in this next show that's coming up. But she's got her grandson, which obviously was a deal, an unspoken deal made because Candace, everybody's going to get put out unless she gets her hands on, $2 million, $3 million, how much she need? $2 or $3 million?
Yeah, she needs a couple mil, yeah.
Yeah. So but everything that Hannah said about Candace is the truth. Every time, I'm on the edge of my seat when Candace opens her mouth because she is lying. Come on. She's good at it, but she's still lying.
She's lying, and your child, but there is, and maybe I'm just a little, maybe I'm a little jaded, guys, because I operate from the understanding and the experience that I have with my mother. So, no matter, your children, all of your children, and what they will do and what they will not do. You're never really surprised. You might be surprised at the timing of something, but not actually at what they will and will not do. So I believe that Hannah knows what her daughter is capable of. Because really, everything that child is capable of, she got from her mother. We get everything that we're capable of, we get from our parents. I'm sorry.
Right.
There's no extra stuff that's out there that we've been summoned from the universe. That
right.
No. Dad will go this far and Mom will go that far. So my
Same
my
game,
thing
new
is,
name. Okay.
exactly. So Hannah knows just how far. The thing that I don't like about Hannah, then I want you to weigh in on this guy number 2. The thing that I don't like about Hannah, or I just have just such a grievance with, is that Hannah, although she knows her so well that she can tell everybody exactly what she's gonna do and what she's lying about. Then why don't you find another way to communicate with this girl so that you guys can kind of sever this disease of a relationship that you guys have and start anew? Cut it off and start anew. And she had an opportunity to do that. Rather than going to the girl house, give me this baby. You gonna let that child go into foster care. Your child ain't had no life. Give me this baby. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. I'm like, get up off the floor.
I didn't like that scene myself.
Right, just say, Candace, listen, I'm your mother. I'm your mother. We had our differences. There's things that go on, but that is my grandbaby. And I will tell you this. Let me keep the child. I'll lay off for you, but just let me keep the child. Period. It's realistic. Exactly. But got to weigh in on this thing here with Hannah and Candace, because I'm about sick of Hannah.
Well, here's the thing with Hannah. That whole groveling and begging thing just kind of threw me off a little bit, too. I didn't like that because it wasn't realistic. I mean, I could see where somebody would, but not us. I mean, we don't do that. So I like the fact that,
who's somebody and us? Wait a minute. Who is us and somebody? No, you won't get around this.
Us is a black woman. I don't see no black woman on her knees begging for no child.
Okay. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Real. We don't pull no punches. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. So the thing is with that, I like the fact that she did want the grandson. I like that, and of course, you don't want your kids to go into foster care. They do need to make a break in this, torrid mother-daughter relationship. But we have to see that backstory as to why she's like that. I mean, I get the Reformed Christian thing. I get that and all that. But you've got to see the reality behind why she's driven to do what she's doing with Candace. And if she thinks that Candace is that conniving, then she needs to come up with a way to trump that. You're the parent. You can trump your child because you know your child. You should already be 3 steps ahead of her. Like, okay, I already know what she's getting ready to do. This is a scheme. Let me go ahead, go down to the courthouse, petition for custody, boom, 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 boom. Let's just go ahead and do that. But I don't know. It's just kind of dragged out. Well, I know we're going to see the backstory. That's the plus.
But then there are several different amends because Candace did pay the house off. Of course, what's his name did drive the car through it, but she did pay the house off.
That's right. Because she didn't have the insurance. That's right.
But remember, paid off, and then he drives the car through the house. Really?
Well, no, because she did pay the house off, but she did. Remember, she lost her insurance or something. She didn't have the money to pay for the insurance.
That was the other part of it. Okay.
So it was a loss for her. But the whole thing, even with that, is just that your daughter at least found you a place to freaking stay. And why are you acting so ungrateful about that? I really feel that Hannah's being ungrateful with that concern. I know your daughter's treacherous.
I'm about to say, but you see, you were saying it, Mr. C, and you were saying it, guy number 2, that she knows her child. All of a sudden, my child, who I know like the back of my hand, got this house, this tow yard, this car, and I know she didn't graduate from law school. I know she don't have a job nowhere on the planet. But she got these 2 houses, this car, and this tow yard. Not that she was being ungrateful.
You need to go with it.
She see the game.
But she's being ungrateful.
No, she wasn't being ungrateful.
I know it seems like ill-gotten gain.
Something
she
is
needs
coming
to be grateful.
up. I don't think she was being ungrateful. I think that she knows that something was coming up. But you guys can't tell me that she was wrong. She wasn't wrong.
Well, she clearly wasn't wrong, but
everybody's going to get evicted now.
Well, she wasn't wrong, but she was being very Florida Evans. Okay? But ain't nobody was having a good time. Okay? And I think that these women, I'm not saying go out and do underhanded stuff. I'm not saying be conniving. And I'm not saying go out and cheat and lie your way and sweep your way to, the American dream, the house and the expense in the bank account. What I am saying, however, is find out why your child is doing what your child is doing. And sometimes you have to know, as the parent, when to pull back. Some things that I think Hannah has to do that is innate, that's innate to parents, and it's maternal, right? To mothers,
Right.
that she should know when to pull back and not beat and badger and beat down this girl.
Absolutely.
Because if you keep doing it, she's going to keep coming at you because she has unresolved feelings about you. Why didn't you fight so desperately and so relentlessly to keep me from being raped, Hannah? That's what her actions are screaming out and saying.
Right.
You fight me tooth and nail all the way desperately and relentlessly, but you did not fight like that to keep me from being raped. How dare you tell me what to do?
Right.
Okay.
But you remember back in one season when Catherine was trying to go in on Candace, she said, well, no, that's my child now. I know she did everything you said she did, but that's still my child.
Okay, then, well, she did do that, but that's fine. That's what we'll do. We're going to do that. We can, especially like growing up in the projects, right? Look, your mama can hit you in the head with a dustpan.
Right.
Well, I told you to pop you in the head with the end of the dustpan. But nobody outside bet that hit you with a dustpan. Mm-hmm. You run in the house, listen, and tell your mama, Miss Birdie's across the street to hit you with a dustpan. She did what? Grab that cigarette, the flippers, and a butcher knife, and come on.
Okay, excuse you?
She hit you with a what? Where's she at? You know what I mean? So, Catherine, Hannah did that, and she definitely checked Catherine, put Catherine in her place, and she should have. That's true to form. Look, guys, let's move on, because we're going to see more from Hannah and Candace, and I'm looking forward to that. Let's talk about a little bit more about Candace, though. Let's slide over to what we've been waiting for. You guys know I've been waiting for, because this is my favorite male actor on the show, that Philip Boyd, a.k.a. Oscar. Wow. The showdown went down this episode because Candace finally got a chance to confront Oscar. She whacked him in the face with a pipe. Guy number 2 weighed in on Pipegate.
Pipegate. Pipegate is so appropriate right now when I tell you. Because Candace was at batting practice. I was like, whoa, okay. After she's going the distance. She was about to knock the ball out of the park. She was going for broken balls. So I kind of felt for him a little bit. But when I tell you that was one of the most powerful scenes between those two, because you really see Candace taking control over, okay, look, I'm tired of playing games with you. You're going to give me my money, okay, and I'm not leaving it without it. You can act like you don't know who I am, but now I'm showing you who I am. Because she was like, you marked me, I know you marked me, and I want my money, and I'm going to get it. And she meant business. And I love the fact that he was actually bleeding. This was not no made-up thing. It was a great scene. That was a great scene. Philip Boyd is a tremendous actor, and I really think he put his heart and soul into that. He was really like, ow, come on, stop hitting me. Like, what's going on? Like, come on. But when he propositioned her and told her that I can get you your money and get you, like, power, and I forgot exactly how he worded it, but that was a good turn, too, because I was like, now we really about to see how he really operates. Because he told her who he was, and, that he had done some time and all of these things. But now we see, okay, these two are about to become the power couple for real. Because all of the, all the gloves are off, and everybody's about to go for theirs. So I want to really see how these two develop over the season, because this will be good. It's going to be good.
It is good. Trinity, weigh in on this thing and tell us what you think about Pipegate.
You know what? Candace at it again, doing her thing, doing what she does best. She had that pipe so far back, it was coming from another state, right back down. And she was standing right there, heels and nails, hair and all. Where is my, I got one question. Where is my money?
Money.
That's it. That's it. But I tell you what, with each one, the only reason that he made it out, because, Candace still in her way, the only reason he made it out there, we did see some blood, but the only reason he made it out there and able to kind of semi-walk is because now Candace is thinking on her next scheme.
Yeah, she's already graduated.
Let's see how this ties in, guys. He said, I could get you money, power, hundreds of millions. I think that's what he said, hundreds of million. Well, money is Candace's thing. So, yeah, she gave him one blow, and she left. But the only reason she left him able to semi-walk is because now she got to stew on this thing that he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really, you set a keen eye to that. I love that, Trinity. Yeah, because I didn't think about that as she was walking out or whatever, but that makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, you really can't get it. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, you really can't get it, but I'm going to get back to you. I ain't done with you.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to revisit this again, though. We're going to revisit this. Here's the thing that I loved about that scene, right? I mean, literally, when that scene opened up and she popped him across the bridge of his nose with that pipe, it felt like it connected to me. I was like, wow. And then, beautiful people, when beautiful people are hurt, you feel the pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You almost, and it's bad to say that we don't feel it for everybody, but when beautiful people get hit, stomped, beat down, we feel it when they get hurt, right? So look, she whacked him across his face, his perfect face, and it was no longer perfect. There was blood on the head, blood from the nose, he's just all over the place. She cracked him in the personal part.
Yep.
I felt, I was on the couch. I was on the floor rolling up under the coffee table. I was like, no, Candace, Lord, don't be hitting. We're men. We don't do that. Oh my God. But, he should have rose up off that floor when he got his second breath and beat her down. You don't hit nobody in their private. But, but look, and to those of you women out there who got an idea from Candace, don't you try it at home. Somebody will kill you. But anyway, well, you want to make a brother mad, do that. But anyway, look, so this is the thing that really got me about that scene too, right? I was like, because, I've been rooting for those two to get back together. I didn't know how, and I don't know how. And if Tyler would actually do that, but I hope so, because they would be a remarkable, a terrific couple. Now, here's the thing. Historically, when you look at some of the people that we saw as couple, Bonnie and Clyde and all these different people that you see, he was a little bad and she was a little dirty, and when they come together, they form this, these partners in crime, this incredible partners in crime. Relationship is formed. And I think that can happen with Oscar and Candace if he is able to get her that money and then not only get her the money, but also link up with her to get her bigger sums of money. I think she will find a way to, to reconnect with him. And I already see them in bed, like laughing, eating grapes or something and strawberries, and they just laying on a bed of money. So kudos to Tyler. If that's the direction that he's going in, I'd love to see that happen. And Trinity, before we go to the next subject, I want to ask you about the scene where that same scene where they were fighting. Oh God, when they fell through the glass door, I was like, this is so amazing. But when he rolled over on top of her, talking about, I'm giving it to you. What did he say? What did he say to her? She said, get off of me, or give it to me. And he was like, I'm giving it to you. Don't you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something crazy. What did he say?
No, come on, Trinity.
It was sad, but yeah, it was something like that. It was fun.
I said it was something along those lines. I don't remember. I was trying to recall it while you were talking. Yeah, it doesn't come to mind right away, but it was something along those lines.
Was that supposed to be a hint to us that there's still some feelings there?
Everything is game, because remember now, guys, it's an old thing. There's no honor among thieves.
Right.
I'm gonna stay on that. I'll stick to my corner on that one.
Okay.
There's no honor among thieves. She's a liar, but he's a professional one. They only hire the best. I mean, look at the judges. They only hire the best. They know some gut bucket folks. So, they only hire the best. So he's the best at his job. You'll stay anything to stay alive, won't you?
Well, clearly it's a job and not a career, because he ain't got no savings. He ain't got no money. If they ain't got no money, he got a job.
But look at this, though. They're judges. What, he going to scam the judges? They know people that know people that know people that know people,
Yeah, but you know what? You should be so good at what you do that
that's why
you are able to skim some stuff. And, listen, if you send me to go get $10 million back to from somebody who has my $10 million, that means that they have more than $10 million. So they're going to scam somebody else. So I'm going to get your 10 and I'm going to get me 2. You know what I mean? I need that 12. You know what I mean?
But, and you're going to pay me,
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you your 10 like you asked for, but I'm gonna keep this 2, and you ain't gonna know I got that too. But anyway, that's just me. He got a job and not a career, but I want Oscar to build himself up and get the candidates to do what is right. And guy number 3, before we close out that topic and go to the next crazy topic in this episode, did you hear Oscar say that he was in jail? He has a record. He's on parole. What?
Yeah. He said because when he revealed what his real name was to her, which I guess is supposed to be his real name, that he had gotten selected because he was a career criminal. And, basically told her the background and said that he already had a new mark and that she could get close to the mark because the mark is a guy. So we're definitely going to see how that's revealed. But, yeah, he did say that. He said it.
Oh, okay, well, guys, let's see.
Somebody. Okay.
Well, let's see if they introduce who that new mark is, because in the show, in that episode, we got to see a new person come into that show. Now, when Erica was at the bar with David, they were having a conversation, and enters a young senator who was running for president at some point, a young, good-looking African-American male that walked in, and Erica knew who he was. He had a short but very mysterious I would say it was kind of mysterious conversation with David. And I think that guy is actually going to be the new Mark. So, guy number 2, weigh in on that scene and tell me what you thought about that.
That scene was really interesting only because, Erica knew who he was, which is a little different. But what I see here is that David is associated with some very powerful men. So we see that introduction because now these are new characters coming in. But when going back to what Oscar was saying, that he can get candidates exposed to some more money, more powerful, this Mark or whoever. I think that this guy is a foreshadowing, or if not, the Mark himself. So I think that what is happening is someone's going to be targeting this new character. And I think Candace is going to come right on in with this guy, maybe end up starting to date the guy. We don't know. So it might be a little love triangle eventually going on with her, Oscar, and this new dude. We don't know. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see. But I kind of see that kind of moving in that direction. So this new guy, I think we're going to see a lot more of. But it definitely, signals some new fresh blood to the storyline. It's giving some new stuff.
Well, Trinity, what did you think of the new guy? I mean, was he eye candy for you? Was he somebody that you want to see hang around?
Yeah, Tyler Perry is excellent at choosing eye candy. Absolutely excellent. And that's the thing that draws you in, and then you get into the acting chops. At least it is, for me. I was interested to see, okay, oh, well, yeah, he does look good. Now let's see what kind of pawn he's going to be. Where is he going to play out? How dastardly is he going to be? Because everybody's crooked. Every last one of them is crooked. We just don't know what his crook is yet. So, we don't. You can't be goody two-shoe and be on the haves and the have-nots. They all got something going.
Right.
I mean, come on, let's be sensible. They wouldn't be on the haves and the have-nots. It's you got a crooked. He just didn't come out yet. He might have just got out the pen, and just got on the suit. We don't know yet because he's new on the scene. So we'll see, what his crook is. I like the angle that you guys were just talking about, that he could be the foreshadowing of somebody.
Well, let's talk about the him coming out. Well, not about him coming out. Let's talk about somebody else coming out. So Jeffrey we see Jeffrey, right? And he's in the hospital room with Wyatt. With Wyatt. And Wyatt wakes up after hearing this conversation, that Jeffrey is having about who's dead and who he done killed and where what. And Wyatt comes out of this coma mysteriously, right? He just wakes up, okay? And he sits up and says, what? Who died? Who you killed?
Right.
And leaps out of the bed at some point talking about he's sick of Jeffrey being gay and this gay. Okay, Trinity, go ahead and weigh in because why I didn't understand.
Why it, with the mix of drugs in his system, the OD, he came into $12 million. We don't know how much is left of it. We don't know. As far as we know, he's been comatose for however long, the balance of the season. I don't know, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Anyway, he's run overdose. Next thing he know, he's in a new season, and he wakes up, and there's his friend, Jeffrey. Who did you kill? But he got this pounding headache, the least of his concerns for sure. But he's got this pounding headache.
Right, but he's asking for Rice Krispie treats. Right. Right.
He wakes up saying, who did you kill? Wait a minute, you just came out of a coma almost.
Right. How are you coherent enough to ask about what I'm talking about?
How are you coherent enough? You're supposed to wake up. Not who did you kill? And then Jeffrey turns around and, Robert Jeffrey, there's no way I would have repeated anything because he's coming out of comatose. He don't really know what he heard, and I'd play that angle.
Yeah, which should have been played. But see, Jeffrey should have been pressing that nurse button or ran out the room. So as Ryan woke up, he should have ran out that room. It should have been all of this. Wait, you're awake. Oh, my God. Damn it. No, forget that. Run out down the hallway. Go get a nurse. Hey, he's awake. Come on in here. And then if he wants to play that whole game of, I know you killed somebody. Yeah, come on.
He would have had the shock of his life if he'd have rolled up on me and I'm standing up there having a conversation about the body in the in the backyard and carrying on, and he'd have rolled up talking about who you killed. I'd have swirled around and punched him in the face and knocked him right out. I killed you. You knocked him right. Oh no! I thought it was just crazy. But did you guys notice that Wyatt seemed substantially larger in frame, like his muscles when he lifted his arm, his biceps was just popping out. I said, now look, if you're going to be in a coma for 2 days,
you need to look like
look like you've been in a coma for 2 days.
Yeah,
don't look like you've been to Planet Fitness.
Right, exactly.
No, it was a Club Med coma. Club Med coma.
Okay, you was up in Blink, Jim. Okay,
I love it.
It's just funny. But listen, so clearly, him being in a coma, being on those drugs and doing as much drugs as he's done, it hasn't fried his brain enough to lay off of the gay stuff. He's still nasty, and he's still willing to put drag Jeffrey through the mud, knowing that Jeffrey is in love with him. So, Wyatt, as far as I'm concerned, could have stayed in a coma. Let's move on, you guys.
But it's probably good for everybody in the grand scheme of things that he didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, but maybe.
Let's move on very quickly before we close out on the Have and Have Nots. Let's talk about Benny and his relationship with Hannah. Viewers were saying that, it's been, a whole season, and Benny is back, still being ignorant, still not listening to, his mom's advice in terms of what he should be expecting of his sister and what they need to do to kind of get themselves disassociated with everything that's going on. So, Trinity, weigh in on Benny and, the Hannah conversation.
Benny, you've been Benny long enough now. I would need you to come off of, Candace is, she's telling, come on, Benny. Yeah, but she's never lied to me. Well, she just did. Now you're getting ready to get put out. Okay. I need you to come to some realization of some things now. Everything, period, should not be taking you by surprise now. My God, you slept with an older woman. That should teach you something right there. What did you learn from that? You didn't learn anything from that? Come on. Once you have an experience, you mature from it. Now, Benny, I don't know how that got past him, but it did.
Wow.
Maybe when he actually gets put out, well, it's not cold, but once all the property gets taken, maybe then he'll, his eyes will be open. I understand he still wants to believe the best in his sister. Got it. Got it. He loves his mother, and he loves his work. His passion, he's towing. He loves it. That's his thing. So he likes to believe the best in people. I get that part of it. But when your eyes are open, they're just plain open. And Benny, I want to believe that your eyes are open, that you stop being in denial about stuff that's right there.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Unless he's just a bumbling idiot, because listen, as siblings, just as a mother knows their child and a father knows their child, so does siblings. We know each other, and we know when each other, when we're lying. You know when your sibling is lying. And especially when they start crying. If you have a serial crier in your family,
I like that.
then it's like, oh, this is what she do, this is what he does, don't even go here. But even if you have that, when that cry is real. You know when it's a different cry. And when Candace was sitting on that car last season and was telling him the absolute utter truth, he was too caught up in his own emotions and too caught up in what he was potentially going to lose to actually take a moment and say, my sister is telling the truth. Now, let me see how I can help her, and I see what she's going through. We need to get through this and get out of it. Because your first instinct as a sibling is to help. And I don't see that in Benny. I see it sometimes, and other times he's just a little too naive for me, a little too blue. Guy number 2, weigh in on Benny and the Candace and the Benny and Hannah conversation.
Okay, well, this is how I see it. I see it as the banana bread saga. The banana bread saga meaning, Hannah treats Benny like banana bread. We all love banana bread. It's great. It's delicious. It's all of that. And then she treats Candace like the banana peel. We throw that in the trash. It's over here. We'll deal with that later. Take the trash out, Benny. And that's how she treats them. And it's funny, but I think that Benny just really needs to grow up here and get with it. Either you're going to defend your sister, which all brothers do, right, wrong, indifferent. You always defend your sister. But you have to learn the reality of what's really going on. And, I mean, yes, she got you a tow yard. She got you all these great things. You're now living in a house that you're not used to having. But, I mean, come on. If she's lying, she's lying. And like you said, we know when our siblings are lying. We know. So it's like, okay, get with it. Tell me the truth, and we'll roll with the truth. But I think even when she did take the time, like you said, that she was telling him the truth, he was so caught up in his little $5 emotions, you can't get change out of him. So I just think it's really kind of weird. And, but I know that that's going to eventually develop only because now, the son is going to be with the mother. So there's going to be a little bit of a different development with that. And I don't see them losing that house because, Candace is going to come up with a scheme. So we'll see what direction that goes in.
I'm interested in seeing just where that relationship goes with Candace and with Benny. I guess it's purposeful for him to be, a bit naive, right? It was a lot of naivete going on when he was dealing with the tow yard and his buddy there and how much power he has or doesn't have and who he's connected to. He doesn't seem to know much about anyone's backstory in his life. He doesn't know about his friend that he shares who works for him at the tow yard. He's not even from the street. He knows nothing about him, yet he's friends with him. He knew nothing about Erica, yet he gets a car from her. He knows nothing about his sister, clearly, even though the mother's telling him everything that she's done, and it seems to unfold right before his face. He knows nothing about his mother, even if Candace is telling him I've been raped, and this is what happened when we were younger, and he seems to somehow magically miss it. It's just, he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. So I like to see Benny come into a more brilliant light in this season. But I don't want him to be too bright because there's something that I think that the ladies might find kind of sexy about a semi-dumb thug.
I don't even think Benny fits thug. I don't think he does.
Here's the thing, though. I guess when I say thug, a semi-dumb thug, is that there was a point where Benny was lying in bed. Do you remember when Benny got hit and he was lying in bed, twirling his head, trying to talk to the nurse? And it was just real immature and childlike. But when Benny had to actually step up and defend Candace, he got very thug-like, if you will. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when you look at Benny, Benny does have a little street edge to him. He has a little street edge. So let's not forget that Benny has already been to jail. So Benny has a street edge to him. He might not be the thug like War.
Uh-huh.
Okay, right. So War is a thug because he has to be. Benny can kind of give you a little bit of a thug nature because he wants to or when he has to. So, but I just want to see him be a little bit more brilliant. I don't want his light to shine too much because we need somebody to kind of represent the street, a certain part of the street, other than Keita, because that Keita represents the alley. So we need somebody to represent the block, and I think Benny does that.
Right.
Because Keita's in the alley.
Maxwell.
That Keita is in the alley, baby, with the rats and the roaches and the cockroaches and all the stuff that people throw out their windows when they think ain't nobody looking. So, look, guys, it was a great episode. It was a tremendous episode. I'm looking forward to seeing what Tyler brings us next week. I am all in. Kudos to Have and Have Nots and On TV for bringing us an incredible program. You guys are back, and we love it. And listen, guys, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta when we come back.